Thank you, Zachary Taylor. 2004 for the follow. Thank you, Militia43, for resubscribing for 1 month. Appreciate that. Keeping it real and kicking it classic rock here tonight as we are all the way out in Arizona for the Gears Cup Series, University of Karen of Phoenix 200 at Phoenix Raceway. Again, welcome into the broadcast. You have a live view from the start-finish line here at Phoenix Raceway with the dreaded dog leg. Again, good evening and welcome to tonight's Gears Racing League event as we bring you the University of Karen of Phoenix 200 at Phoenix Raceway right here on Casa de la Horseboat, presented by The Shine. Now, if you don't know who The Shine is, his name is Paul Wilkins. I'll have an advertisement up for him here later this evening, so you should be sure to get him a follow. Looks like he's at 181 followers. I hope after I shoot that advertisement out here tonight, we can get him up over in 200. Again, thank you for joining us, whether you're lurking or twerking. We appreciate it. Again, 156 laps of sweet, sweet hot action at Phoenix. But let's talk a little bit about Arizona. And I'll throw up the points here while we do that. Again, welcome into the booth, the pre-race show. I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat. Thank you so much for hanging out with me as we get set to go green flag racing. Now, again, we had 48 on the entry list for Phoenix. We had 11 cautions with 21 lead changes. Your Pole Award winner was Perrin Huggins and potential winner of the Dawson Pool Room 250. Fastest lap was Yahir Rodriguez, and the most laps led was Perrin Huggins. Biggest mover of the race was Joshua Thornton, number 29, with 34 plus on the podium, apparently. I'm just reading off the thing here. Perrin Huggins is first. Second place is number 86, Tyler Wooten, his best top finish in Gears Cup Series action. And then third, number 77 of Peyton Howell. Again, last year's Atlanta's race was definitely worse than this year's Atlanta race. It did get to be a wreckfest at times, but again, overall, it was a decent race. Towards the end, we had 3 green-white checker restarts in the closing laps that added to the 11 total caution count. Otherwise, we didn't have those. We'd have about 8 or 9, and that would be all right. So, going into tonight, we'll take a look at the points. You see Peyton Howell is your leader there with a 103-point lead over Elliot Drummond. He has missed the last week or so. Connor Rowe is in third with Chris Parkman, Sean Anderson, Perrin Huggins, Josh Cole, Justin Shoup, Mike DeWalt, and Alex Tilley in your top 10. Take a look there at your top 25 to see if your driver has made the list. Looking now towards the schedule. Again, next week, I am super excited for this one. The double headers, Giordano's 44, Tropicana 100, Chicago Street Course up first for 20 laps, and then 80 laps at Chicago Land Speedway. I think I'm not going to announce it just yet, but we may have a special guest who is also a very well-known streamer throughout the iRacing community. I cannot wait to share that with you once I have that confirmed. But again, we do have a doubleheader next week, 20 laps at Chicago Street Course, and then 80 laps at Chicagoland Speedway, followed by Charlotte Motor Speedway May 17th, and to round out May, the Horseboat 250 at Talladega Super Speedway. Again, we take you live trackside. Getting set for 156 laps at Phoenix Raceway, again sponsored by The Shine. Winner of this race will earn $50 thanks to Paul Wilkins and his Twitch channel, The Shine. We do really appreciate Paul for allowing us to offer this prize pool. Again, I'll shoot that up here for you right away so you get a little notoriety. Paul Wilkins, one of those guys, again, international in our league. We have gone international in our first 3 years of existence, and we continue to grow every year. Paul Wilkins, one of our favorites here at Gears. Again, thank you, The Shine, for sponsoring the race and being a part of the Gears Racing League. Again, if you're unfamiliar or uninitiated with Phoenix, that's what it looks like. As we talk about it, we'll ride around here with Zachary Taylor in the 79. He is new to the league, and he puts it in the wall head first. So maybe not the wisest decision there, but they're finishing up practice and getting ready for qualifying. But again, 156 laps around this track is not going to be an easy feat by any means. Let's find out who we can watch for qualifying. We have a ton of drivers here. We have 40 plus. I can see it. Let's see who's going to be out first. Let's go with Mike DeWalt. They haven't ran around with Mike DeWalt in a minute. Celebrating 100 years with DeWalt, and then Gillette and Procter & Gamble Rocket Racing Chevrolet. Again, one of the admins in gears, owner admins. I didn't change his thing. He's going to be mad at me for that. He is single, but we're not going to promote that. But any ladies, if you're available, you got a hot sister, hook him up with Mike DeWalt. Again, let's see what his first lap is going to be like. As he is the first one on the track, we'll see what he can offer us. Riding along the nose of Mr. DeWalt. Gets out of the gas and on the brake hard there. Through the restart zone. First lap will be, looks like a 27:29. Momentarily put him on the pole. Good enough so far. Nobody has taken him down quite yet. Comes out of two really nice off the backstretch. 27:34 for Blake Schneider. Not good enough to beat him yet, but Brandon Meyer takes it over with a 27:22. Mike DeWalt out of turn 4 onto the front stretch. What has he got? Not good enough to make it. 27:93 would be the last lap, putting him as high as 5th currently. Let's see who we got out on the track. Let's follow along with Sean Anderson. Doing all he can to try to make something of his qualifying laps. Here we go. Going the 4 out of 4 to the front stretch through the dog leg. Let's see what he's got. It's going to give him 15th with a 27:39, falling though to 16th. 31 drivers have qualified so far as we continue on in this 5-minute session. 2 laps is all you get. Again, no fast repairs. Takes it into 3 and 4, nice and hard. And across the start-finish line, where is he going to end up? He's going to qualify 3rd with the 27:17. Jake Hall with the 27:07. Zachary Taylor with the 27:15. And Sean Anderson and Jonathan Evans tied both with 27:17s. There's the shine. We'll get some hood action on him later. Right now, Peyton Howell's out on the track. Let's give him, see what the hell he wants to do or what the hell he is doing. Yikes. Recent winner of a horse boat prize pack sent to his door. Doesn't look like he's going to take, I don't know what the heck he's doing. That's kind of weird. Let's ride around with Trey Holmes. Trey Holmes currently 34th with a 28:20 in that Mountain Dew pitch black machine. B. Philly says, which he never did an unboxing vid for. Yeah, he claims that his mom got it before he did and open it. It's very controversial for Peyton. But he is not a man that is not used to controversy. And for Trey Holmes, that's going to put him up into 3rd, 27:07. So Elliott Drummond, Jake Hall, Trey Holmes, Zachary Taylor, and Sean Anderson, your top 5 currently, as we are just about set. We only have a handful of people who haven't qualified yet. Looks to be roughly 44 drivers in the field tonight. So that means 4 going home at least. Bobby B. Dennis is pairing with the back-to-back tonight. You heard it here first. We'll put that on for a pin for the next 20 minutes or so. Again, we're getting ready to go Green Flag Racing. Happy to have you along with us for the ride. And the race of shame is now taking place as we will stay here right up above. Let's see if we can talk to somebody here. Let's try to talk to someone, shall we? Let's find out. Let's see who we can get. Let's try to get somebody from Rodriguez Gutierrez Racing. Let's see who I can find. Yeah, this music has to go for a minute as we get set to go Green Flag Racing. Not sure what we're waiting on, but we'll get going here real shortly. Race of Shame, I guess, is taking place.
Green flag.
Again, happy to have you along with us. 156 laps of hot action. Show the paint scheme. Oh, shit, he didn't make the race. That is a bummer. So we'll give you the Viagra I Love BBW's paint scheme for Jonathan Militia. Did not make the race tonight, which is a bummer. But I can't help to think that paint scheme didn't help him. I'm sure it did. I don't know who made it, but that guy is a badass. Get a raise. Paint House says hi. B. Philly says ha ha ha. Good luck to everyone in the Desert Storm. Yeah, it is unfortunate you will not see the I Love BBW 69 out on the track here tonight, as he is currently running laps in the Race of Shame, showing off that BBW machine. Spoiler alert, I made that car. Pretty hilarious. I am an amateur painter at best, but like to know your feedback. Let me know. Love it or hate it. Yeah, it's getting real thick across the start finish line. Thank you, Jonathan Militia, for a heartwarming Race of Shame. Typically we don't air that, but we'll do that here tonight because that's what we do. Getting set for 156 laps of the University of Carroll Phoenix 200. Who's going to win the race tonight? Put your pick in the chat if you got it. As soon as they go to grid, we will show you the grid. I'm excited. Back on my bullshit. And having a good time here tonight. Been under the weather the last week and a half or so. But I feel like we are good. We are good. Wu-Tan, not me. Haha. The hell are you talking about? Shed some light for me. And not far off from Green Flag Racing, 156 laps. We do not do stages here. So I hope you're ready to roll. We'll have a cocktail or a, what is it, a mocktail. Have one of those if you're privy. Oh my God, what just happened? Getting set for green flag racing, just about ready to rock and roll. I am ready to rock. Another full field. Reloading in here to give you guys the ultimate experience. Yeah, as Factor Mike just said, I'm going to pin that now. Full field for the 8th race in a row. That is pretty impressive. Again, our growth has been massive and nothing short of amazing. Again, we are just about underway for green flag racing. Bring it back in as soon as we're ready to go. There we go. As we are getting ready to grid here. Do a couple extra things here real quick before I give you what you need. Get you your racing fix. Again, thank you all for your patience as we get set to go green flag racing. Get 156 laps of sweet, sweet action. And let's get down into the nitty-gritty of who is on the grid. Peyton Hall and Elliot Drummond lead us off the front row. Jake Hall and Trey Holmes, row 2. Row 3 is going to be Zachary Taylor and Sean Anderson. Jonathan Evans and Justin Vandermerel in row 4. Row 5 is going to be Chris Parkman and Connor Rowe. Brandon Meyer and Alex Tillier, row 6. Bladen Edwards and Brad Gutierrez, row 7, with Yahir Rodriguez and Jacob Prince, row 8. Row 9 consists of Josh Cole and the 9 of Mike DeWalt. Row 10's got Paul Wilkins and Blake Schneider. Ryan Robertson and Keaton Salyers in row 11. Row 12 has got Christopher Pugliese and Andrew Allen. Row 18. Or what? Row 13, Brendan Turner and Devin Lucan. Row 14, we have Joshua Thornton and Cody Johnson. Skylar Comstock and Travis Stroney. Row 15, row 16 is Parrot Huggins and Justin Shoup, Tyler Wooten and Casey Hatch, Robert Fitzpatrick Sr., Min Hang, Floyd Stewart, Jacob Delgado, Jeff Glockner, and Tyler Curley making a reappearance up top. And I do believe I got it wrong. Bladen Edwards is your pole sitter in the 75. Can't get out of my own way this evening, but we're going to see what we can do. Coming in now, the guy who did not qualify for the race, but is here supporting Gears Cup Series on the green flag, Jonathan Militia. Militia, thank you for joining the program. How are you, sir? Oh, Jake Hall gets sent to the cleaners right away at 98. One car, no caution. Holy cow, that was quick.
Oh, yeah, got loose real easy. Right now it's colder temperatures on the track, so very slick, very slick.
Yeah, looks like Peyton Howell, looks like Bladen Edwards is the leader. Oh, we have wrecking between the 26.
Caution.
Wow.
It's all on you, man. It's all on you. You make the call here.
Jimmy Johnson in my headset, and we have a parking lot in the dog leg. Good Lord. Not sure what's happening here.
That is going off at the moment.
Well, I would imagine it would be.
2060 to 360. Ooh, hard licks at the end.
Yeah, that was brutal. That was brutal. Oh, Mike DeWalt has no front end. Let's back this up.
Oh, man.
So the dog leg is where it was at. It's been talked about all day. Yeah, it looks like 54, 75, and the 26. Just getting into some hot action. And that's going to kill a lot of good cars.
Oh, yeah.
Holy cow.
This is a huge crash early. Oh, Mike has major damage. His right front
He's
tire
done.
is-
He's got to be done.
He's almost done.
We'll back it up here to see what we can see. Everybody did pretty good on the start, but after that, it seemed to get buck wild and fast. Yeah, let's take a look alongside the 54, Justin Vandermerel. Been a while since I've called his name out. Well, let's see what happened here.
The 13 car got a little loose on the outside. Slaps the wall, and that's what kind of started.
Yeah,
Or gets shot by the 75.
everybody's just reacting to that, and unfortunately, that's going to cost a couple people their race.
Yes, sir, it will.
Again, the fear that has become real is the dog leg. People have to be cognizant of that, and hopefully they'll be able to persevere. Elliott Drummond and Peyton Howell, still your leaders. Looks like this order is all screwed up on my screen, and I'm not sure why that is.
Yeah, well, there's people that are stuck around the pace car because of them trying to recover from spinning out.
Oh, sure.
So kind of like this is the iRacing kind of glitch.
Yeah, let's see if it works itself out. If it doesn't, we'll have to divert.
They should be able to get a wave around going around everyone.
Got to turn you up, Militia. Apparently, you're not loud enough. I'm going to turn off this music for the moment as we have a lot of sounds being played through our ears currently. And I apologize if you hear the spotter, Jimmy Johnson. He's going to let us know for cautions, and if he curses, I can't stop him. So, love that pack. I don't know, Militia. I don't know if you roll with that spotter pack. I have a Jimmy Johnson spotter pack, and it's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
That's
I'm
awesome.
not a Jimmy Johnson fan, but I am now. Just for that, because it's
Hey, man, I grew up a Johnson fan, so
Hey.
it's like kind of my thing.
I liked it when he was real young, and then he started winning a bunch, and it's like, well, I gotta root for an underdog or somebody. I feel like a
Sure.
bandwagon
Yeah.
jumper.
I mean, that's why I've always been like a kind of Kyle Larson fan until like recently, since he's been in the 5 car. But when he was in the 42, he was a major underdog.
I mean, even now, though, Larson, even after all the controversy and stuff that's happened, I think Larson, overall, he's just a good driver. He's hard to beat, and every week, he always seems to have something in his repertoire for everyone.
Yep. So those cars that were stuck behind the pace car just got their way around. They're extending the caution.
Yeah,
and they'll be going
Jimmy just told
one
us.
go this time.
Jimmy just told us. Like I told the viewers, I'm going to tell you, I'm back on my bullshit. I'm not sick anymore, so I'm getting the Jameson going on.
They give me some yellow jackets here in a moment.
Hell yeah. Next week, Chicago. Chicagoland Speedway will be the main event, the main course. The appetizer will be the Chicago Street Course. Militia, do you plan on being present for either one?
Oh, both, for sure. I'm very excited about the street course.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel very good about driving on road courses, so I feel like I could be competitive. So I'm very excited for that.
Right on. As we get ready for restart and go to green flag racing, Elliott Drummond and Peyton Howell going to be row 1, row 2. Oh, they're gonna back it up again. Race Control trying to get things right. Hats off to them for that. Looks like the grid is not gritty enough.
Nope.
Don't do the gritty. You're going to be feeling shitty. Again, a lot of cars not doing so well in the pits. My heart goes out to the fallen that suffered the dogleg tragedy of 2024 here at Phoenix Raceway.
Car is officially out of the race.
Mike DeWalt to the booth. Mike DeWalt to the booth. We might need a third person, but it looks like he might be helping out Race Control. So I think that would be helpful as well.
Yes, sir.
Again, we always like to have more eyes on Race Control.
Definitely appreciate the scheme, though, Tom. I was very excited to rock the BBW tonight, but it's just what it is.
It is what it is.
I'll race next week.
It's next week. Yeah, it's a next week paint scheme, all right? I told you I'd brew something up. I hope you liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get back to green flag racing. Toyota Camry's leading us off. Hot and heavy Toyotas in the top 3. Is going to go down the back stretch without the pace car. This is so weird to me. You know how they reconfigured Phoenix as far as where the start-finish line is. What are your thoughts on that?
Honestly, I like this new configuration. I used to love like the old layout with the grass and everything at Phoenix. But this layout, this track, I really like. Comes 45. 45 is a strong car. He's gonna be a hard one to beat.
Did you guys see through turns 1 and 2 as they hit that dog leg? So we're already seeing action. 45 in the wall, gonna ride that, and then we got Jake Hall again. Doesn't know how to turn left apparently, or he receives some help. I do not know. Let's see how they hit the dog leg this time. Everybody's staying up. Good on them for doing that. And we'll ride along on board with Yahir Rodriguez running in third.
Car on the wall, turn 1.
Got a car on the wall, turn 1. Jonathan Militia says, who was it?
Looks like the 19 car.
Keaton Zalyer's the 2022 champion, and we have a caution.
Toward the end of that little run we just did.
Jimmy Johnson stating facts that are not true. Let's see what happened with Keaton. Yeah, it looks like he slid a little bit, as you guys can see. Beat Philly 94 says, what happened in Dogleg? I missed it helping customers. Go help your damn customers. Do your goddamn job.
Yeah, Brandon.
Yeah, go do your job. No, it was a huge parking lot up front. Anderson got a little loose, smacked the outside wall, battling with the 25 of Trey Holmes, which caused the parking lot. Mike DeWalt officially out of the race in the 9 car. Will be spectating from the Gears Cup Series Race Control Tower. Get back to helping your customers. Maybe send me a pair of headlights. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
55 car, wave around.
Pluglees getting a lap back. Yep.
He has no front end at the moment. He's a long way coming. This is going to be a difficult spot for the 55 to recover. Like at the moment, he's sitting 1 lap down. He has no front end, so he has hardly any downforce on a track that you want downforce. I had to deal with something like close to this at Circuit of the Americas. Started off early, raced the whole race without a front bumper, and it was not easy. So he has a long race ahead.
That leaves less downforce, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna join you on that vape rip.
Jonathan Militia vaping live.
Yeah. Dude, I might even get myself a road soda.
Got the Jameson. Teammates, or no, not teammates, excuse me, Peyton Howell and Zachary Taylor, 77 to 79 on the front row for this next restart. Yahir Rodriguez and Chris Parkman, row 2. Chris Parkman in the playoffs as well as Peyton Howell. Zachary Taylor, a newcomer to the series. I don't know jack squat about him, but he seems pretty fast here at Phoenix. Again, the University of Karen of Phoenix, be the bitch you've always wanted to be. Again,
the 45 car can recover here.
Yeah, I mean, for Elliott, he's over 100 points back of the leader now, which is Peyton Howell. Peyton Howell has got to have a god-awful night for anything, for anyone to do anything about their spot in the standings. But Peyton Howell tends to run up front, and that seems to be the deal. Let's re-rack and get back to Green Flag Racing. Peyton Howell and Zachary Taylor on row 1. Give you the names, too. Be all fancy like NASCAR. Chris Parkman and Yahir Rodriguez in row 2. Row 3, we have Connor Rowe and Trey Holmes. Row 4 is going to be Brandon Meyer and Brad Gutierrez. Row 5 and rounding out your top 10 is going to be Elliott Drummond and Jacob. I'm not the king, but I am the prince. Pace car is off and on the backstretch. And we will get set for Green Flag Racing.
Ready? Green flag.
Here we go. Green Flag Racing. Zoom, 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 and you boom, boom.
79 car didn't go.
He did not go, and it's a scramble to the front. Wow, who is underneath the yellow? Just passing like it's going out of style. So far, so good. Everybody minded their P's and Q's. Peyton Howell leads that lap. Peyton Howell, Zach Taylor, Yahir Rodriguez, Chris Parkman, Connor Rowe. Your top 5 as we get back to this restart. 2 or 3 cautions, I can't remember. Looks like we already have another wreck. Looks between Glockner and you said the 75 of Bladen Edwards.
Yes, sir. That's a teammate.
Teammates, not good. No bueno between Glockner and Bladen Edwards. Let's see what happened here. See the 75 up top, the 10 below. Glockner just gets loose and takes Bladen along for the ride. That is unfortunate for both drivers. Again, Glockner last 2 weeks sponsored with his Facebook groups. Jeff Glockner is one of my low-key favorite guys. He's doesn't make too much of himself. Pretty good driver.
He loves road sodas.
He loves road sodas. That is right. Looks like we do have people pitting. Again, if I am correct, this is our 3rd caution of the night.
Yes, sir, it is.
It is early. Again, we have a long way to go, 156 laps, and we are currently 19 laps in. Am I reading that correctly? I think I am.
Yes. We are 19 of 156.
Good Lord.
It's okay. It's all right.
It's all right.
It's about time to get a couple brews in us. So
yeah,
I will be back. I'm going to grab a couple and have them sitting around here.
Going to have them roadside.
Right.
Got it. Again, next week we have Chicago, the doubleheader. Hopefully we have a couple surprises for y'all. Hopefully you're awake and aware of that. The end of May, the Horse Boat 250. looking forward to that as well. I wanted to have a race of my own, and there may be a surprise for the winner of that race. Again, next week we're going to have Horseboat prize packs for both winners of the road course and the Chicagoland Speedway. Got a lot to give away here, a lot of love to give. So if you got Prime, you got a sub to share. We're going to put in ad-free viewing to all subs. If I don't have it already, I'm going to make that a thing here next week. So if you haven't subbed yet, get involved. Support the whole sport channel, Horseboat, I can't speak English, and the Gears Racing League. Again, all of his stuff goes to improvements to make this a better experience. I'm excited to announce we're going to have fiber here towards my place here very, very soon. And I have a whole repertoire in my bag, so to speak, of what I'm going to bring out. I'm looking forward to that. Very, very excited for that. Again, not much we can do, but hang on and enjoy the ride. Peyton Howell and Yahir Rodriguez going to be your front row. Zachary Taylor and Chris Parkman in row 2. Connor Rowe and Elliot Drummond in row 3. Row 4, we have Brad Gutierrez and Jacob Prince. Trey Holmes and Jacob Delgado rounding out your top 10. Jacob Delgado coming off a one-race suspension, but has done pretty well for himself, working his way up from last to 10th. 30 positions to get back to where he thinks he belongs. And again, more power to Mr. Delgado. Here we go as Peyton Howell, Yahir Rodriguez leads us down. And hopefully back to green flag racing.
77 is a rocket ship off the restarts.
He has it, man. Like, he knows what he's doing.
I am aware that he is one of the only ones that are sometimes shifting a third into the last corner before the start-finish line.
Wow.
So there is a lot of shifting that is going on with the drivers tonight.
I would imagine. And what is the tire situation like for them?
Honestly, it's just like riding on grease. So it's like you want to just be able to float the car in, just be patient with it. Brake bias is a huge deal here. So like you're starting off with a lower rear bias basically. And as the run goes on, as it loosens up, you're wanting just to add more and more bias to the front, just to tighten the car up as you go. It's basically like every 5 to 10 laps you want to kind of make a little adjustment.
That's what she said.
That is what she says. Peyton Howell, Zachary Taylor, Yahir Rodriguez, Chris Parkman, and Connor Rowe. Your top 5 with Elliot Drummond, Brad Gutierrez, Jacob Prince, and Min Hang. Let's ride along on board with Min Hang. Again, a couple more laps under green flag racing. We will get to our first loose and loud of the evening. .25 of 156 in the bag. And Peyton Howell once again out in front. Adrenaline Performance has done a great job this season. But Rodriguez Gutierrez Racing has been right there. They're sneaky fast.
We have about a 7-car breakaway at the moment. Peyton Howell's basically checked out by himself.
Yeah, and that's crazy how great of a driver is. We got to know what kind of stuff he uses, because it's really kind of ridiculous, in my opinion.
It just takes time, man. It's all about time. Peyton has a lot of time in his game.
Man, I don't know if you run officials anymore, but I got my first win in like a year at Kansas. Oh, Connor Rowe checks up as we're riding on board with Jacob Prince. He's going to lose some position there. But recent winner of Kansas in the trucks, and that's pretty cool. I have two cats fighting behind me, so if you hear any thumping going on, that's exactly what's going down.
29 car got dumped about a lap ago.
I think I saw that, but I don't know if I cared. Peyton Howell, Zachary Taylor, Yahir Rodriguez, Chris Parkman, and Elliot Drummond. Your top five with Connor Rowe, Jacob Prince, Brad Gutierrez, Min Hang, and Josh Cole making his Power Ranger appearance, rounding out your top 10. Josh Cole right on board with him for just a moment. He is behind that group about a second and a half of that top 9 who's broken away. 213 Simware. Simware looks like they are trying to take over the iRacing niche. Jesus Lord, his internet connection is less than par. Behind him is a Boston Bruins lover of Andrew Allen, riding around at 11, started 24th. All over the back bumper of that 22. Let's see if he makes a move as I take a shot. '88 trying to rip it deep into the inside, going to take 10th place away from Cole. Let's rally back up to the front here. Ooh, as we just saw Parkman hit the wall trying to chase down Yahir Rodriguez. Riding on board with Chris Parkman at number 15, Machine. Lancaster, South Carolina native. Loves long walks on the beach along the Atlantic. Scooping up dead jellyfish with his bare hands. Elliot Drummond right behind these folks, trying to make up some ground. Getting started near the front. And has to work his way back. It's a comeback, but don't call it a comeback. Lish a couple weeks away from the Coke 600 in real life. Being around some Gears employees at a meetup there. How excited are you to meet the team? See them again.
Great time, man. We this is going to be our third trip doing. So we've been talking about doing this for years. And I'm just surprised that we're able to do it 3 years in a row now. And, it's always a good time getting everyone together.
It's crazy when people are all employed and they have money to do stuff, right?
Oh yeah. what happens when you work hard?
I would love to be there, but not in the cars this year. I really hope that I'm able to make it in 2025 if we have that going on.
Mom's just afraid to fly in airplanes.
Shut up. Why'd you make that public? You just made that fucking public. Mike told me not to say the F word, and I just said the F word. Told him I wouldn't.
Hey, fuck.
Get out of here.
We're having a good time, man.
That's right. It's been a while since we've hung out, too. Peyton Howell, Zachary Taylor, Yahir Rodriguez, Chris Parkman, and Elliot Drummond, your top 5. Connor Rowe, Jacob Prince, Brad Gutierrez, Min Hang, and Andrew Allen rounding out your top 10. Let's look around the back. Let's talk about Paul Wilkins and the Shine. He's from Scotland. One of those guys that every time I talk to him, he's always in a decent mood. He's always in a good mood, John. I don't know if you've interacted with him much.
A little bit.
But one of my best, I should say best, one of my favorite guys to talk to whenever I get the chance is the Shine. Again, there is his page at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Give him a follow.
Caution.
And we have a caution in Zachary Taylor. Oh, we have another parking lot. Let's see what happened. We got to back up as the Shine will sponsor this one. Following along with Zachary Taylor. Not sure what happened here. Oh, looks like the 29 of Josh Thornton has become a liability. Holy God.
Holy shit.
We are going to have to back that up even further. Oh, man. And he lost it all by himself.
Yeah.
Next time on
Yeah,
Clowning Around with Joshua Thornton.
He just
got loose. Yeah. He had it. Got up to tried to get up to speed again, lost it again, and then just parked it in the middle of the track.
Our
leaders were in there. Yahir Rodriguez, Elliott Drummond. Oh my God, Zachary Taylor, Jacob Prince, Min Hang. Oh my Lord!
The only person that got through it clean was Peyton Howell.
Of course it was. Of course it was. Let's see the reaction from Yahir Rodriguez on his dash cam coming up to that wreck. Okay, see him there. And you just don't know where he's going to go. And then, oh, that just took him out outright. I feel so bad for Yahir Rodriguez right now. Oh my. That is something I think in my mind, and John, I know that would bug the hell out of you.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a conversation.
It's just part of racing, man. It's part of league racing.
It is. It's just unfortunate that that's the position we're in. Joshua Thornton. Joshua Thornton. I mean, let's just face it. He's kind of to blame for that caution. It kind of.
No, he is.
100%. 100%.
He's gotten loose off of that corner multiple times this race already. It's I don't know, sometimes taking the time Wednesday to do the practice session helps out a lot.
It does, and I think sometimes, guys that make the race, they might have one or two really fast laps and they're strong, right? But they don't know what their car does maybe on a longer run. And we were on a mid to longer run there. That's the longest run we've had all race.
Yep.
And unfortunately, some guys didn't venture out that far. But you can kind of tell the drivers who have kind of run the course. So unfortunately, for a lot of those guys that were involved in that wreck, for bottom of my heart, personally, I'm sorry that happened to you. That should not have happened. But it's racing, like you said, Militia. There's not much you can do.
It's like me not making the race.
It happens. Right. It's a part of it. But it hurts. You know what I mean? It hurts. Josh Cole and Peyton Howell are going to lead us off. Go ahead, John.
I said I just laid an egg in qualifying. Touched the wall twice.
That's all you need. Again, this is a game changer for some of these drivers. Looks like Mike DeWalt's back in the race. I don't know how the hell he got his car fixed so fast. That's pretty cool. But Cole and Howell to start us off with Gutierrez and Allen, Parkman, Stroney, Meyer, Robertson, Wilkins, and Comstock. Green flag racing as we are back at it for the Gears Cup Series in the University of Carolina Phoenix 200.
Josh Cole with a good start.
Yeah, getting a good jump.
If he could clear the 77, he could use dirty air, but the 77 is strong on the outside right
He is very strong on the outside. Again, these are fixed setups, so it's not like somebody gets a real big advantage. Everybody's kind of set in stone. It's kind of skill level what you can do with that setup. Peyton Howell now taking an outright lead over Cole and Gutierrez. Again, my heart breaks for Yahir Rodriguez right now.
Yeah, he was running really good tonight.
I mean, there's other drivers involved, but that is the guy that just T-boned the shit out of Thornton and then blew up. It was over. Like, it's not like he could go in and get optional or required done. He's just done. And again, when you work so hard You know, I don't know if he practiced or not. I can't assume. I mean, I'd like to assume because a lot of these guys do show up for Wednesday night practice. It's all about, you know, putting in that dedication, that time, and even then you're getting screwed. And that just breaks my heart for Yahir because I want that team to be successful because they are very good. A lot of talented drivers on that team. For Rodriguez Gutierrez Racing, maybe if I can get a word with him here shortly, that would be great. But unfortunately, that is the night for him. Let me see if I can get him in here for a mid-race interview. I know he's kind of out of it. Yeah, here. Do you got a copy, man?
Nope.
Yeah, here. You got me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, here. You are live currently with the horse boat, and I don't know if you're watching my stream or not. We watched that unfold, and I gotta say, man, my heart breaks for you for that happening. No chance. Is there no chance of you getting back out on the track?
Yeah. Unfortunately, our day is done. I mean, yeah, it's disappointing. We had such a good run going. I don't even know where I started, but we were third. I think I had enough pace for second. I don't know if I could have got to 77, but I was in that run where I was unsure. So
you had a hell of a fast car, man. My heart breaks for you tonight. You deserve better than that, bro. And again, I hope you come back next week and try again. Yeah, dude. Again, tonight. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that's a stinker. So obviously, yeah, we'll come back next week.
Right on, yeah, here. Right on.
Yeah.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to since you're here with us?
Yeah, Brad. Obviously, all the RGR guys, they're running pretty good. Brad, I think he has some pretty good pace. I just have to. I'll watch the stream just to see the rest of my teammates. Let's see what type of speed they have against Payne, but I think we can catch him.
Well, again, Brad Gutierrez, your RGR teammate and part owner, in second place right now, started in 14th. Your best shot at getting a victory tonight. Thank you, Yahir, for joining the program.
Yeah.
Again, that was number 16, Yahir Rodriguez, owner of Rodriguez Gutierrez Racing. And Jonathan, you could tell the heartbreak in his voice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel for him. I mean, man, this league's tough. A lot of stuff can happen real quick. There's a reason why a lot of drivers love this league.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you know, for some people, it's just another race. They show up, they try to have a good time. And, you know, with the competition, it's really stepped up a notch. So it's cool to see people care that much. A lot of people, you know, consider it just a sim, just a video game, right? But some of these guys, this is what they work all week to get for. I mean, this is where they want to be. This is what they want to do. And for them, you know, Yahir, I know, is probably one of those guys. He's looking forward to Friday night. He's looking forward to getting here. And unfortunately for him, he just got taken out. And, yeah, that really just, it breaks my heart.
Yeah, I feel for him. But he's a good driver. He's sitting good in the points. So, like, we still have a while. We have a lot of racing ahead of us.
That's right. And currently you are watching the dash cam of Brad Gutierrez trying to chase down Peyton Hall with a 1.3 second lead over the 84 machine. We'll back out so you can see a little bit more of the the field. We'll try to get you a shot here. Looks like another Adrenaline Performance teammate, 999 of Justin Shoup. Started 32nd, now up to 9th. Having a solid run. That Coors Banquet Beers, 999.
He's always secretly fast in any race that he is in.
He is sneaky fast. Yeah, you're right.
He would surprise you because, like, he would run. He's just a very consistent driver. I could just tell by just been racing with him. And, like, he would start in the back with me, and him would just run all the way up front.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no matter where, if we just made the race, we just know we were going to be able to run good. There's a few drivers that are like that aren't like one-lap warriors. They have to let the race kind of come to them.
As it should. I mean, you don't really, you don't really force the issue, especially at a track like Phoenix with the banking the way it is. You can't really abuse the system unless you really get close to the inside wall when you hit the dog leg. That's about as good as it gets.
There's another incident with Glockner, almost caused a caution.
Oh, no.
It kept it straight between the 10 and the 41 about a half a lap ago.
Let's take a look here, get a replay. John, watch live while we go back in time. Zach Duche back out on the track this week after serving his one race suspension. Looks like he was just slowed coming out of 2. I'm not going to back it up any further, but I think he just something happened. Something happened there, and we're gonna call it that. Again, Peyton Howell, Chris Parkman, Brad Gutierrez, Andrew Allen, and Travis Stroney, your top 5, with Brandon Meyer, Paul Wilkins, Connor Rowe, Justin Shoup, and Elliott Drummond, your top 10. And we are going to get to our first Loose and Loud of the evening as we're going to step aside, me and Militia alike, and give you the sound. Sponsored by The Shine, your first Loose and Loud of the evening. All right, bringing you back now. Jonathan Militia joining me in the booth. Again, this has been a good race, a tough race. That last caution with the 29, it really kind of put a damper on things a little bit. I know there's a lot of people who are not happy, so I totally get it. But it is what it is, and we're going to move forward.
We're on a pretty good.
We are on a good stretch.
Right
We are in a good green flag stretch.
Good sign. This is something we saw kind of last year with this race. We had the caution early, stage breaks, like 60, 80 lap green flag run or something.
Yeah, so I mean, it can be done. It can be done. It's not unachievable by any means. But again, it's. I know for some it's a frustrating. Yeah, it's a tough thing to do, especially if you don't do it every week. So I get the frustration from some, but at the end of the day, we still got a race to run and we still got things to do. So I do feel bad for that. I feel bad for those who get caught up in wrecks. It's unnecessary. But it's part of racing, like you said. You can't really control that aspect. That's one thing about racing is you see Peyton Howell putting a lap on Jeff Glockner and looking like to put one on Pugliese very, very shortly. And looks like Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. You kind of know. Oh, we got action! Pugliese and Fitzpatrick. They're going to keep it. Good save by the 12 machine. That was the 12 machine. Give me one moment. I'll find out. Yeah, that was. Shout out to Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. for the great save. Actually, drive through everyone who goes under. JH Racing. I can't speak for who's in race control right now or what they're doing, but they are trying to do the best job that they can. I know they're doing a great job up there in the booth. It's hard to do. Oh, Parkman, Gutierrez, Meyer, and Wilkins, your top 5. Stroney, Rowe, Drummond, Shoup, and Allen, your top 10. And Parkman about almost 4 seconds back of the leader, which is Peyton Howell. Gutierrez in the 84 seems to have run his stuff out here for the moment. Min Hang.
Gained a little bit right now. Track has gained about 4 degrees in temperature.
All right. That's good. That's good knowledge there.
So that's going to make it even more slick than it actually is. So your right rear is what you kind of want to try to keep under your car. You're driving this car with the right rear the whole time on this track.
Sponsor of the race, Paul Wilkins, moving up into 5th now. Started 25th, now up into 5th. Has some good fortune here. Again, follow The Shine over at twitch.tv/The Shine. He had 181 followers prior to tonight's airing of this race. Hopefully we get him up and over to 200. If you have not followed him, please make sure to do so. Part of that Wheeling and Dealing Club with Cody Johnson. Again, if you haven't given Cody Johnson a follow, you should do that. One of the best iRacers on iRacing. Again, if you're just joining us, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat, having Jonathan Militia in the booth with me tonight. And the 69 car owner of Road Soda Motorsports did not make the race, ended up having the race of shame, but winning the race of shame. How does that feel?
Felt like shit.
Like shit. But you know what? It is what it is. See Wilkins using that dog leg. Again, if you're having a beverage, or I would encourage it at this moment if you are of age. Yeah. Start drinking heavily. Wilkins to the inside of Brandon Meyer for 4th. can't do it. But this may be even more of an interesting battle behind them. Elliott Drummond and Connor Rowe battling for 6th. Elliott Drummond, as you can see, has a smashed-in front end, which, no doubt, has a little bit of an effect on that car.
Oh, most definitely. That thing is making that car super tight. It's going to make it plow.
Doing the best that he can. Connor Rowe trying to get his left rear quarter back. He touches him. Oh. Almost puts him out on the dash cam live here on Casa de la Horseboat.
Good racing. Good
You
driving.
almost seen some action. Looks like that Brandon Meyer, or who is that? That's Fitzpatrick. Looks like washing up to the outside. Drummond hanging on the outside to the inside. Connor Rowe. Drummond going to get held up a little bit by Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick not giving an inch. Making it 3 wide out of 2. Banging doors is Rowe and Drummond battling for 4th. Rowe trying to prove to the Rocket Racing team he is the lead dog on that squad. Clears Drummond for 4th.
Connor Rowe's a strong car. He's always been a good driver. He's always running consistently in the top 15, top 10.
Yeah.
Everywhere we're running.
Absolutely. Again, Jonathan Militia and myself, Tom Torrey, here with you live for the University of Carolina Phoenix 200 at Phoenix Raceway next week. Chicago Road Course and then Chicago Land Speedway for the Gears Cup Series annual doubleheader night. Chicago is where we go. And we are excited to head there. Peyton Mahal with almost a 6-second lead on the leaders. On second place, I guess. I don't know. I can't talk anymore. Let's try to make full sentences.
Yeah,
B. Philly says, my boy Spooky. Who the hell's Spooky?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know who Spooky is, Brandon.
But I'm fucking spooked out. Scared. Like Casper the Ghost. Spooky!
Peyton Howell.
Peyton Howell
was
to the
able move
inside.
Through all these lap cars like they're standing still.
Yeah, putting a lap.
The car that was up front early.
Yeah, the
Josh
86. Josh Cole, Tyler Wooten both getting marked a lap down. Connor, his Xbox gamer tag. Oh, Spooky. He is spooky. He's spooky fast. Up into 5th, battling for Brandon Meyer for 4th. Before he was battling for 6th and 7th. He is now up to 5th, cracking the top 5 for Rocket Racing.
25 car.
Trey Holmes up
Trey
into the
Holmes.
wall. Let's see what we got on the Gears Instant Replay powered by meandyourmom.com. Going up into the dog leg. Oh, Pugliese and Shoop helping Trey to the outside wall of turn 1. Oh, and the 28 just nicked him. That is unfortunate for the 28 car. Whoever that may be. I forget who that is. But let's back it up. Looks like Shoop and Pugliese kind of getting into each other. Let's watch it back. This happened so fast. Looks like, yeah, Shoop. I don't know. Let's get on the dash cam of Justin Shoop. If I can find him.
It just seemed like
Good
the
Lord.
55 slowed up, and Shoop had kind of nowhere to go. Like, the 10 chops the 55 coming off of 4, entering the dog leg, slows them up a little bit, and Shoop has just nowhere to go. Rear ends 55, collecting 25.
Yeah, and that's... Really all it is. It wasn't much, but it was enough to cause chaos. Yeah, Pugliese already loose. Yeah, it just didn't work out.
Everyone hit road.
Yeah, Pugliese tried to get up a little high. Shoot did not back out, but again, that's kind of a bang play as far as reaction time. You really don't have much to work with.
Happens quick.
It does. Pit cycle happening now. That
run right there,
yeah,
though.
exactly. I was just about to say we had a great green flag run there. Very thankful for that. Last couple of weeks, it's been kind of tougher to get, but now we are establishing ourselves, and it feels good.
Yep. Oh, for sure. And it'll stack the field up a little bit. It'll give it a little bit more competition for Peyton. A lot of, like, they pitted, so they're all on fresh tires that are up front. There is 16th through, 18th, 19th is taking wave rounds. It's crazy that he lapped up to 16th right there. But 77 car is always dominant. He's proven himself to be one of the top guys in this league.
Peyton Howell, Brad Gutierrez, Brandon Meyer, Paul Wilkins, and Connor Rowe, your top 5 after this pit cycle. Travis Stroney, Andrew Allen, Ryan Robertson, Chris Parkman, and Keaton Salyers rounding out your top 10. A guy who we haven't spoken much of tonight. If I can find him. Yeah, looks like he's not even here for the back-to-back. Perrin Huggins. Fortunately, not in this field anymore tonight.
Eaton was involved in a few accidents early on. Him running in the top 10 is huge.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to feel good for him. So Peyton Howell, Brad Gutierrez, Brandon Meyer, Paul Wilkins, Connor Rowe, Travis Stroney, Andrew Allen, Chris Parkman, Ryan Robertson, and Elliot Drummond rounding out your top 10 as we get back to green flag racing. And I feel it. A long green flag run as we go green.
Green flag.
77 car launches so good off the start.
Oh, Brandon Meyer and Brad Gutierrez get connected. Oh, Glockner. Salyers. Oh, man. Phoenix is not kind to those uninitiated. And that restart, it looks like the grid was already all screwy. Again, that's part of the problem. Brandon Meyer got just shunted up to Glockner, up into Salyers, and Salyers ultimately pays that price. Everybody else was able to keep it going besides Brandon Meyer, so Brandon Meyer, Keaton Salyers, both on the wrong end of that. Again, just flat out. Need to keep her forward, need to keep going, need to grid up nicely. Vaughn Henney just cheered 50 bits. Thank you for the 50 bits.
Got a nice lick off of 34 right there. That's pretty good damage that he has. So
that's unfortunate for him. Trey Holmes writes in the Discord, some of y'all give me crippling depression. Again, that goes back to drivers who are very juiced, stoked, ready to be a part of this Friday night action, and then, you know, some people, no fault of their own, get taken out, and it happens. I mean, it happens. It's racing. I get it. It's not easy to do this week in and week out.
Yep. 66 laps to go here. So it's going to be a tight race to the finish, I feel like. I feel like 84 on fresh tires, if he could get around the 77 and put the 77 in dirty air, it's going to be a lot more difficult for Peyton to recover. It's hard to pass in dirty air right now.
Like Kevin Garnett says, anything is possible. But you got to hope for the worst for Peyton Howell if you're the rest of the field.
Most definitely.
Again, recent winner of a Horseboat prize pack. Apparently still lives with his parents, which is cool. Some people do. Some kids do. Some guys do. I put some funny labels on it just in case he was living with his parents. So I think that's partially my fault, Militia. But nevertheless, still really funny. I put in big all caps letters lube.
Lube. They hold still.
That's, yeah. Thick with 2 C's.
Thick with K's. 55 car getting a wave around here. So he should, I believe that's getting him back on the lead lap, if I'm not mistaken.
Pugliese making moves, trying to get back on the lead lap.
Nope, he is still 3 laps down.
Why don't you tell me the right lap so I don't sound like an idiot? You have
Hey,
one
I'm
job.
sorry.
You have one job,
Hey,
man.
One
job.
I'm looking, dude. It took me
Bullshit.
a minute to find his shit. Dude, I'm on my 4th beer since I started the stream already.
Oh, fine. I'll give you a pass. Peyton Howell and Brad Gutierrez in row 1. Paul Wilkins and Andrew Allen, row 2. Connor Rowe and Travis Stroney, row 3. Row 4 is Chris Parkman and Elliott Drummond. And row 5 is going to be Ryan Robertson and Casey Hatch. Haven't spoken much of Casey Hatch's name, or Robertson for that matter. R squared, rounding out in 10th. Here we go. Peyton Howell launches again. And off he goes like a herd of turtles.
Car's crazy off the start. He's in a completely different gear than everyone else. Like I guarantee he started in first gear. Everyone
Yes, it
else
looks
started-
like he's just in a different time zone. There is something that he understands about this track that nobody else does right now, and it shows. Peyton Howell, Gutierrez, Drummond, Allen, and Rowe, your top 5. And we have another caution, and we have another parking lot of pain. Travis Stroney on the receiving end of that as well. Let's back that ass up with the MeetYourMom.com instant replay. Paul Wilkins, Travis Stroney, Andrew Allen, Stroney and Wilkins. Wilkins, our race sponsor, getting up, turned around, getting smoked by Robertson, and then T-boned by Devin Lucan into the inside wall. Shoop's involved. Rowe is involved. Multiple cars involved. Travis Stroney, ultimately one of those hurting for a squirtin' for a repair job. Again, another unfortunate display of events. But you have me and Militia, so hopefully you're having fun.
The 11 and 21 got into each other. 11 chopped the 21's nose, entering the dog leg. Like he was trying to cut down late and just didn't know he was there.
Nothing you could do with it. Again, RGR up there against Adrenaline Performance. 2 top teams in this league. Very cool to see RGR up near the front. Again, last week with some controversy, Gutierrez ultimately losing the race after crossing the finish line at first due to an incident infraction. And that is ruled by iRacing. Not much we can do with that. Again, that is a long conversation that we don't have time for on this program. But unfortunately, getting a black flag and not able to be the winner, Perrin Huggins, is that. Blade72 says, "Hi, Tommy. Doesn't make sense how we're wrecking so much. It's not hard to drive Phoenix." I would tend to agree with you. But there's, again, as I was talking to Militia here earlier on the show, there's some drivers here that work really hard at Phoenix, or they can drive very well here, and they put in the time to do it. And then you understand how it works on a long run. And then you have these other drivers who come in who are really good on short runs, have hot qualifying laps, really good in, like I said, the short term, but really haven't stretched it out to see what the car can do on a long run. And again, we haven't had a major long run, but you can tell some of these drivers are just not familiar with how the car feels on a longer run.
Well, it's just all seat time, man.
Absolutely, 110%.
You have to definitely at least practice one long run at some point throughout the week.
I mean, you're doing yourself a disservice by not doing that. Like, you're really putting yourself and others at risk when you're not understanding how the car is going to feel 20, 30 laps in. Again, we only have, 70% fuel capacity. So really, you're kind of getting it out. You're saving a little bit on that tire with a lack of fuel capacity. So you should be, in reality, a little bit better than what you really would be if we were running full simulation, full distance, all that jazz. So you really, a lot of these drivers, like the 77, the 45, the 84 has become a prominent name here, the 15, the 13, the 9, the 5. A lot of these guys who run near up the front, they do these long stretches. They know how the car is going to feel. They react appropriately. And again, their talent, also a big benefactor of that, carries them the rest of the way. As we re-wrap,
chose the outside.
He did. So as we get back and get ready for Green Flag Racing, Peyton Howell's on the front row with Brad Gutierrez. Andrew Allen and Elliott Drummond in row 2. Chris Parkman and Sean Anderson in row 3. Ryan Robertson and Josh Cole in row 4. With row 5 being Brandon Meyer and Connor. Where the hell do I paddle? Row. You like that one?
Oh, yeah. All right, let's see this rocket ship take off. 77 here.
Blasting off into space is Peyton Howell.
Ready, green flag.
Look at him go. Agent James Bonfire has followed this minute. Thank you for the follow you have bringing up the gears. Casa de la Horseboat and a big, I heard it. I heard that. Brendan Turner in the wall. Agent James Bonfire with the recent follow, bringing us up to 361 on Casa de la Horseboat. Thank you for that. Let's take a look at the Gears Cup Series instant replay. Everybody looking good so far. Lucan diving to the inside there, but that's not our focus. Our focus right now is Brendan Turner. And it looks like Brandon Meyer, Ryan Robertson, with Brendan Turner being the collateral damage in that. Had nothing to do with that. Just straight up got caught up in it. And that looks like just a lot. With 28 involved as well.
Four wide entering. That's part of the dog leg, man. It's just something that happens at this racetrack. You even see it at IRL. 4 wide entering this corner is takes some cojones.
It does. It really does. Like a lot of people don't understand, how to properly move through that dog leg, and it really kind of shows. It is what it is, but honestly, I expected worse. So these guys are doing just fine. Let's get us through. We will be just fine.
Yeah, it's just patience, man. These races take a lot of patience.
And oozing sexuality.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about Militia personally. Sorry, my bad. Agent James Bonfire. I'll roll my boat off a cliff after that joke. I love it. Getting a lot of love.
Aiden Howell is selecting the bottom on the restart.
Again, Peyton Howell and Andrew Allen on the front row with Brad Gutierrez and Elliott Drummond in row 2. Sean Anderson, shut up.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
Oh, man. You're hanging out with Tom Torrey and Jonathan Militia. Fortunately, that is our real names, and we are hanging out together tonight in the booth. Again, normally the 69 machine would be riding as he's the owner for Road Soda Motorsports, but has decided to join the booth after winning the Race of Shame.
Hey, my car looked prime out there, man.
Honestly, what was your feedback on that car? I'm an amateur painter at best. What did you think?
Hey, it was thick. It was nice.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. I appreciate it a lot. Again, Peyton Howell pretty much putting everybody on notice that he can drive Phoenix really well and is out in front. Again, he is one of those guys who has dominated most of the season. He's been out front. He has podium finished, I think, at least in the last 5 races or so, or in that time frame, 5 of 6. A guy that is definitely a championship contender and a front runner for that so far.
So, like Andrew Allen, for instance, he's starting second here. I have access to everyone's lap times.
Yeah.
His fastest is a 27.3, okay?
A 27.30, right?
Yeah, 27.30 flat. 27.3 flat. Everyone else around him has been running 27.1s.
So it looks like Peyton Howell, his best is a 27.1, but everybody's best lap around him has been like a 27.3, 27.2, something like that. So it's definitely Peyton Howell again, just finding speed where others can't, and and honestly, it's pretty cool. Blaze72 says, "All right, y'all have fun. I'm gonna go jump off my local bridge now. Yamo, not LMAO, not actually. Bladen, please don't joke about that. We don't want to hear about that. But Bladen, come back next week. I know it's gonna be a little bit better than that. With the double header, you got 2 chances to take home a horse boat prize pack, and I hope that you do. Howell and Allen to lead us off, going green, green, green." .104 of 156 in the books, closing in on 50 laps to go to the conclusion of this thing.
33 cars all the way down on the bottom of the apron.
I see that, digging. He is digging and digging and digging. Got to give him credit. Again, starting in last, up to 10th or 11th, battling now. Again, it's basically who's going to get second place.
Yeah.
Unless of a grave mistake.
Anderson.
Yeah, Sean Anderson, again, a winner. He's already a playoff contender. Oh, Allen riding the Lightning into 1. He got really loose in that 88 machine. We're going to hang right here. This is getting crazy.
Justin Shoup got loose off the floor.
Seems like everybody does. It's the banking, right? I mean, you kind of oversteered and you're like, oh, shit. And then before you know it, your ass end is around. And a caution flag is coming out. But it is not for now. It's 106.56 or 156 in the bag. We have 50 laps to go this time by. Peyton Howell, Brad Gutierrez, Elliot Drummond, Chris Parkman, Sean Anderson, your top 5 with Connor Rowe, Andrew Allen, Skyler Comstock, Keaton Salyers, and Jacob Delgado.
Every time I see Sean Anderson's scheme, I always think it's my face that's on. But I know it's not. Connor Rowe rebounding pretty good in the 6th. The damage doesn't seem like it's hindering him too much. He still has some good pace. Running 27.4s.
And this is right now deserving of our second only, and it's surprisingly, Loose and Loud of the evening. Again, sponsored by yours truly, The Shine. Give them a follow and share the love of fellowship. bringing you back now with less than 40 laps to go. Peyton Hall, Brad Gutierrez, Elliott Drummond, Chris Parkman, Sean Anderson, your top 5 with Connor Rowe, Andrew Allen, Keaton Salyers, Cody Johnson, and Josh Cole rounding out your top 10. Here's a battle here for 9th position. Again, for some of these drivers, just bad luck here tonight. Phoenix is a tough track to race, first of all. But second of all, when things happen and things go haywire and you have no control, I totally get it. I totally get the frustration. I totally feel for you on that front. It's a track that if you're really good at it, it really shows. And if you're not, and you're kind of surviving, you can kind of tell as well. But some of these guys really put out a strong showing and just getting caught up in messes that they had no part of. So it's unfortunate for some of these guys, but some of these guys having a really good run. And a big shout out to Skylar Comstock, running around in 11th, caught up in a couple incidents tonight, but the 28 machine able to pull through it, trying to get up there and fight Cody Johnson for a top 10. We'll see what happens about that. Another strong run, a guy who has been back from the dead, serving a 1-race suspension, started 40th, now up in 12th, Jacob Delgado. And another strong runner here, started 34th, now up into 13th, is the 12 car of Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. in the Marlboro machine. If you know what cigarettes are, those are some cowboy killers. But again, you have Howell, Gutierrez, Drummond, Parkman, Anderson, and Rowe with Andrew Allen, Keaton Salyers, Josh Cole, and Cody Johnson rounding out the top 10. Again, closing in on less than 30 laps to go. This race has been a tough race for these drivers. They are pushing through. They are going through some adversity. Trying to dig in deep. Again, Josh Cole in 9th right now. All over the back bumper of that 19 machine. Trying to make that pass to get up in an 8th. Trying to go hang with Andrew Allen up in 7th. Looks like he is being chased down by Mike DeWalt, currently a few laps down. Trying to make something out of nothing is the 9 machine getting caught up again in an unfortunate set of circumstances. Again, Peyton Howell. Oh, bumpers are banging between Shoop and Keaton Salyers. Shoop getting out of the way. Looks like he was lap traffic. Costing Keaton Salyers a spot. If I was a 19, I'd be a little frustrated myself. Let's ride on board with the 22 car of Josh Cole. And Josh Cole not fighting for DeWalt for position, but it looks like Andrew Allen in the 88 just ahead of him. DeWalt trying to salvage what he can. He is currently in 22nd position. Started 18th. But again, got caught up in some early action, costing him some track position and taking him out of contention. Wait, what did the driver get suspended for? PEDs. No PEDs. But some drivers you can get suspended for conduct. We've had a couple guys take each other out during caution, things like that.
This has feels of another green flag run possibly.
Absolutely.
The last 26 laps, 25 laps.
3 seconds now separates Peyton Howell and Elliott Drummond. Elliott Drummond has fought back from getting in early trouble to getting all the way back into second place. Probably if there's anybody who can catch Peyton Howell, it is the 45 of Elliott Drummond. Agent James Bonfire says, like, take them out to dinner or behind the Denny's for an after Grand Slam special. Gonna have to talk to Militia and his time at the Waffle House.
I got some memories out of Waffle House, man. They are pretty nice when you have some road sodas in you.
Howell, Drummond, Gutierrez, Parkman, and Anderson, your top 5. Rowe, Cole, Allen, and Salyers with Cody Johnson rounding out your top 10. Again, Cody Johnson, last year's champion 2023. Part of that wheeling and dealing team. But doing his best out there to keep it going on. B. Philly says, you mean brothel house. Get back to work, Brandon.
Brandon would be the person at the door at that brothel house. Then he'll go back to his shift at AutoZone. Love you, Brandon. One of my favorites. I'm just so surprised with Keaton. He's running really good today.
Yeah, Keaton having a great run. Starting at 22nd, has worked his way up into 8th. Again, 20 laps to go with Peyton Howell, Elliott Drummond, and Brad Gutierrez, your top 3. Chris Parkman and Sean Anderson, your top 5. Rounding out your top 5, your Connor Rowe, Josh Cole, Keaton Salyers, Cody Johnson, and Andrew Allen. Rounding out your top 10. We've had a decent race tonight. Could have been better, could have been worse. But we're getting through Phoenix and on to the doubleheader next week, which is the Chicago Street Course. 20 laps for that, first off. And then your main course, 80 laps at Chicagoland Speedway. Hopefully happy to have you along. Deputy Dink said, my ears were burning. Must be talking about Waffle House in here. Abso-friggin-lutely.
Next week's
People
gonna
love
be a
it.
fun weekend.
Deputy Dink, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that.
I'm surprised to see what people have for the street course next week.
Street course, again, is going to be a fun one. I'm looking forward to that. Again, I've never raced there personally, but I'm going to do that this week to kind of acquaint myself with it. But I've heard for some of the drivers, it's really fun. They enjoy it. Some people absolutely hate it, and I can understand that as well. Agent James Bauer says, Chicago, I'll bring my riot gear. Jesus. Chat don't miss half the time. Or as Yogi Berra and John Madden would say, 90% of the game is half mental. Again, I am Tom Torrey hanging out with Jonathan Militia. You're watching the Gears Cup Series, Gears Racing League, University of Carolina Phoenix 200 at Phoenix Raceway. Next week will be the doubleheader at Chicago. And then 2 weeks away from tonight will be the Coke 300 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And then rounding out the last week of May, we have the Horseboat 250 at Talladega. And I'm certainly stoked for that. Can I join commentary and be your Michael Waltrip? That's what I'm hearing right now. I have no idea who you are, so I highly doubt it this week. But I love the comment, and I'm going to pin it. Again, 15 laps to go. Gives Peyton Howell some TV time, since he's out in front and has led most of the laps tonight. He is your leader, fearlessly leading through us through the black of Phoenix Raceway into the abyss. Trying to get home your winner and the winner of a $50 prize courtesy of The Shine. Can you see that on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen? Give him a follow. He was at 181 followers before tonight's race. Hopefully get him up and over 200. He's a great guy, great personality, fun to watch. Give him a follow. Yes, Brandon says, long as green flag run of the night, you are correct. You are correct. We are happy about that. We are happy for that and happy for you calling that out. Shattering records. Bobby B. Dennis. Thank you for hanging out with us as well. Peyton Hall having a 5-second lead on the rest of the field. Leaves for an anticlimactic finish, but we'll do the best that we can.
There's a good battle going on between the 45 and the 84. Gutierrez and Drummond riding over second place.
And we are right on that.
The 84 seems like he is stronger of the two. 15 car is coming into the picture too right now. They're kind of, I feel like, all on the same equipment, you could say. Like they've all been around
absolutely
basically the whole race. Howell's just been on a whole nother level all night.
Gutierrez trying to get up into second place again. Disappointed last week getting that black flag for iRacing incident points. Not something we can really control on our end as an admin team. But if you're familiar with sim racing or iRacing in general, not hard to pick up incident points, is it, Jonathan?
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on which track you're at.
Really, yeah, it's truthfully. I mean, super speedways, it's easy to do.
Oh yeah, any drafting track. So it's like last weekend being Atlanta, everyone's so close. So it's like it's real hard. You have to be real easy and watch that limit. Super speedways are always tracks you really have to watch yourself.
Agent James Firefire says, how real is iRacing? Like real enough I'll see a loose tire from the Larson crew? No, probably not. Deputy Nick says, let's get 4 wide on that dog leg. Yeah, we've tried that. It hasn't worked out very well.
not at all.
It has not worked out very well. Again, Gears Cup Series, we've done a pretty good job. And, you know, I got to say overall in the quality of work, these guys really bring a lot to the table. We're working through that. We're only 9 races in of 33. Again, plenty of time. We're not even a third of the way through. But you can tell some of the races that some drivers that are here, and they are here to seriously contend for the championship. And then we have some that are here just to show up and race. And I think both vibes are cool. but we just have to find that balance. Like
I've
dinner
liked it,
plates,
yeah.
what's the spread look like? We're not getting into that. Militia could probably give you more insight on that than I could.
What's the spread?
Yeah, what's the spread on that?
Right now.
Militia Sportsbook,
1,000s, dude.
right?
Like, Peyton Howell. Unless something happens and they can get him on a restart, I don't see it.
Oh, it's 5 laps to go. There's no way. Like Peyton Howell
Exactly.
really has to put his foot in his mouth to even be in trouble. He's got a 7-second lead. He's done good. He's done a good job all night to stay out front, stay in clean air, stay out of the way of controversy or trouble. Again, one of those drivers that every week continues to be up towards the front. Deputy Dink, are there entrance fees? Right now, so we do have a league buy-in. If you want to race part-time, which is 11 races or less, that is $5. For full-time, it is $10. We do have quite a bit of full-time drivers who can tend to compete every week. So if you do decide to join and compete, be prepared to do just that. Absolutely, Bonfire. Absolutely. Tonight, the winner of this race will receive $50 courtesy of the Shine, who you see in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. He has sponsored this race. Next week, I will have Horse Boat Prize Pack, which includes a 116 or 124. I can't remember my ratios at this point in the evening. Die-cast and Milwaukee Tool t-shirts to boot. So we do have a lot to give away here. Ooh, looks like whoever the NASCAR is ate the wall coming out of 2 right behind Howell. And has done a really good job here tonight. Howell has kept the car clean, as you can see, almost not a scratch on it.
White flag right there.
And we have our white flag, as Militia so kind to point out. Peyton Howell, I do believe this would be win number 3 if he could pull it off. And your winner of the University of Karen of Phoenix is the number 77 of Peyton Howell. Win number 3 on the year. And he doesn't know what to do with his goddamn hands. Radford, Virginia native taking home the checkered flag for the adrenaline performance and asserting his dominance, dry humping the competition into submission with a victory here tonight. Again, we're going to watch him celebrate your unofficial results. Left-hand side of the screen here, Howell, Drummond, Gutierrez, Parkman, Rowe, Cole, Anderson, Salyers, Johnson, and Allen, your top 10. Keep it locked in here with us. We will get post-race interviews and tee up next week for the Chicago doubleheader here on Casa de la Horseboat. You are watching the Gears Racing League, sponsored by The Shine. back. Bringing you back here for the Gears Cup Series post race show again. Thank you for hanging out, enjoying the broadcast again. A little bit of a challenging night tonight, but not nearly as frustrating an experience. Again, for some, I get it. I feel for them. But at the end of the day, it is what it proverbially is. We're going to start with Brad Gutierrez finishing third. Podium finish. Again, last week's controversy didn't sway you from coming back here tonight and pulling off a third. What was going through your mind there on that last restart?
I mean, I just had that that win that I would say I should have, but I mean, it's your rules. That I just had that in mind, trying to go for the win here. Peyton is just so good that I don't know how I was going to be able to compete against that. I'm just proud of, after last week's setback to come back and finish third. So I'm happy about that.
You raced really well. I mean, tonight I think if Peyton Howell wasn't as big of a dominant force here tonight, I think you would be that one to take his place. Congratulations on a podium finish. Again, you are a strong runner. Rodriguez Gutierrez Racing, RGR. Watch out for these fellas. Brad, do you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Yeah, I definitely want to shout out my RGR guys. We, not necessarily the finishes that we're looking for as part of like their finishes, but I definitely want to shout them out. We do put, practice and trying to work together to get ourselves better for this competition. The competition here is extremely good. Besides all the cautions that happen, but yeah,
and don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I think we'll work that out in the long run. But again, go ahead, continue with shout out. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. I don't want to shout out my Asphalt Media guys that let me come over here and race and show our talents and efforts over here with you guys. And that'll be it.
Well, Brad, again, thank you for coming on the program. You're always respectful. You're always awesome to hang out with. Thank you for joining us. And again, congratulations on your third place finish tonight.
Yep, thank you. I appreciate it.
You are welcome. That was the 84 Brad Gutierrez taking home third place and second. Elliot Drummond, again, talking before we went live here. He's currently munching on food, too, so hopefully his mouth is not full. But had to battle through some adversity, Elliot. Describe in 30 seconds or less your experience here this evening.
Well, I had the race won once I passed Peyton, and then I messed it up on the restart. And then that wreck happened on, I don't know, like lap 40. And I was able to actually got pretty major damage, like a minute worth of damage. Had it pretty good, so they get that fixed. And at the end, I got the second, but then had a very loose race car, and Peyton had grip. He didn't have grip packs. He was just lights out fast. But,
oh, sure.
Realistically, the race was for second after Peyton really got the lead on the last restart. So, Peyton wasn't a part of the picture. That would have been a great race for the win. But, we can't have everything. Peyton just has to stink up the show.
He is the dominant force in this league, and if anybody can stop him, Elliot, it's you. Is there anybody you want to give a shout-out here tonight?
Not really. Curly wasn't with me tonight, so I was all alone, by myself. My thoughts and I was just myself tonight, but it was overall really good. It's been a minute since I've been here. It's been since Martinsville, and actually 2 weeks since I've even been racing. So I'm glad to be back. I wish it was a bit more clean, but where do we go next week?
Chicago doubleheader, Chicago Street Course, and then Chicagoland Speedway.
Peyton better watch out at the Street Course, and I suck at Chicagoland, so I'll be lucky to get a top in there.
Well, he's looking forward to it. Circled on his calendar for next week. Elliot, thank you for joining us here tonight.
Hey, thank you, man. It was fun. Good job, Peyton. Good. Thank you for the broadcast. Thank you for that, etc.
Thank you to the 45. And the winner, and I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong, win number 3 on the season, Peyton Howell, number 77 machine, a part of Adrenaline Performance. Peyton, how the hell are you doing it? What is it that separates you from everybody else?
This Shrek is my best Shrek. I've always loved this Shrek. It fits my driving style perfectly, being a lot of off throttle time 1 and 2, and the downshifting. I know a lot of people don't like the downshifting, but I think that it plays more of a factor to. It's a skill gap to who can downshift at the right times and get the car to rotate.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I wish the Elliott didn't spin because I wanted to brawl. Like I didn't want to run away with it. My mom texted me because she watches the broadcast and
oh
she
shit.
was like, she was like, are you
You gotta
still
tell me
winning,
these
like,
things,
Truex?
man. Go ahead.
She does not care. She thinks you're the greatest guy.
Thank you.
But yeah, she was like, are you just gonna win like Martin Truex every time you win? I'm like, I can't help it, you know, like. But that was a fun race. I wish that we wouldn't have as many cautions, but it's whatever. I kind of knew coming in with how these cars drive is gonna be kind of a caution fest. That's how it is.
You know, as I'm talking with Jonathan, Militia, and to the chat out there, I think some of these guys who prepare and come to race are very, very good at the track, but they get held up or disappointed by some of the guys that may be good on a qualifying, have some hot laps on a good short run, but once you get out to 15 to 25, even 30 laps, it shows who's practiced for that and who hasn't, and I think the skill gap there, I think, is wide. So, you know, hopefully down the road, some of these guys will eventually understand that and try to improve their racecraft. But I think we are in a stage of growth right now where we're in that kind of limbo. So we, you know, I understand from a lot of people who may be frustrated. You know, the last couple races, this is a growing phase, and I think some people should realize that. I hope that they do by watching this broadcast back and understanding. You know, everybody's trying to learn how each other races. Phoenix is one of those unique courses that not everybody is privy to, but has raced before. So seeing everybody cut that dog leg for the first time, going 5 or 6 wide, your eyes get real wide. You know, maybe you're driving in over your head at that point. There's a lot of factors that go into this track, you know, and I understand for some of these drivers, you know, Peyton, I know you've been a part of this for all year long. You know, we've had some really, really, really good races, and we've had some races where it just doesn't make the cut. But again, we are improving every week. We are trying to address these issues, and as well as just have a good time. A lot of these guys want to come and have a good time in a race, and we're all for that as well. So, Peyton, again, congratulations, win number 3. And I got to ask you, since I have you here and you win tonight, how did you enjoy your prize pack? Was that cool?
Yeah, that was. I wish that everybody could see the box that I got, the packaging. That was the greatest thing in the world. And then all the stuff that was in it, the shirts. I've already wore both of those. And I have the diecast sitting right here on my desk. So that it's always great to get prizes. I love that when I got it. Yeah, I hope I can get some more as we go on.
Well, you'll have your shot. You'll have 2 races next week to earn yourself another Horseboat prize pack. But until then, and again, I don't know if I asked you this before, my short-term memory loss does this to me every now and again. Anybody you'd like to thank for your victory here tonight?
Yeah, obviously Bladen for the paint. The white hot car is now in victory lane. Adrenaline Captures, Adrenaline Creations, that is Bladen's mom's thing off the Adrenaline banner.
Hell yeah.
Premier Racing Setups, Martin Sports, Nerditude, SimRap Market, Razor, Race Stop Suicide, Justin, Zach, Bladen, all of them that's on the team. You for the broadcast, Gears for the league. This is still a great league. Like, I don't know why so many people get mad in a race. I think it's great to race with everybody.
You know, dude, it's racing. There's when you have 40 plus personalities meeting together every week, not everybody's going to get along, right? I think that's very well known and very well documented. But at the end of the day, we'll find our balance. It's just hopefully the people that are here will grow with us and understand that, you know, it just takes a community to make this work. So, you know, yep. Peyton, you have the right attitude, the right mindset. Congratulations on win number 3. You are kicking ass in this league, but I kind of knew that from the beginning. So, again, best wishes to you, and you're well on your way, man. Congratulations.
Yeah. I can't wait to get outran by Elliott next week at Chicago. That's gonna be a great problem.
I will be looking out for that, and something I will mention on the pre-race show. Guys and ladies and gentlemen, that is the number 77 of Peyton Howell, winner of tonight's University of Carolina Phoenix 200, and the winner of $50 courtesy of The Shine and his Twitch.tv account. Again, everybody, I'll put that up one more time before I leave you to let you know The Shine deserves all the love he gets. The Shine, one of my personal favorite people to see. But again, for Jonathan Militia, Peyton Howell, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat, thanking you for joining a great presentation of the Gears Cup Series and the Gears Racing League. Again, next week we have the Chicago doubleheader, and I hope you are there with us. Again, have a great evening, and thank you for watching the Gears Cup Series.